guys go.
Now it works, yeah, for an hour.
Right. So, do you know? Are you familiar with what's inside it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the 195, which should be 100% height. Okay. Well, that's angiotensin left over that shouldn't be there. So the 325 is the 4 plus, 433 is the 3 plus. Okay. We should be seeing the 524. Okay. That's our MRFA. We put in the Cal mix. The 262 is doubly charged MRFA. Okay. And then there's your ultra marks. Yeah.
Let's move the 10 over
To the third screen?
Yeah, that's good. Just get comfortable. Whatever you want to do. We do an angio for the sensitivity testing too. And usually we flush because it's relatively high. Good.
I'll bet you if you edit it up a bit, I'll bet you could sell it for $1,000. And seriously, that's our biggest request. That's our biggest request now is for
Distance learning sort of stuff.
yeah. It's kind of weird though, sitting there talking to a camera all day. It's kind of a strange.
So let's monitor MRFA, huh?
So he's plotting the height of the MRFA peak to see if he's got stability or not. And he pops up the graphing view. To have a good chance for calibration, you can't have more than a 10-20% variance on a peak height. How's your power here? Good?
We bought this super duper filter speaker.
Does it work?
We've only had one power outage.
Is it a UPS also?
It isn't.
Oh, it's okay. So it's
like
power conditioning,
$15,000.
just for a conditioner.
Oh, did you see it over there?
That was an impressive unit.
Yeah.
Well, we sell one for the LTQ. You know, this power UPS. So I had seen about 8 of them installed, and finally this customer asked me, goes, "Well,
It burned through it so quickly."
he goes, well, you know, how do I know it works?" Well, I said, well, you know, Thermo recommends it, obviously must have tested. He goes, well, can you prove it to me? So I walk over, I unplug it from the wall, bring an instrument, just vents. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we didn't test that thing. That's not too bad. You're very in.
So we're at.
Now you can adjust your volt, adjust your tube lens to get him up.
You got a good shot? Just let us know if we're in the way.
Okay, so my thing the only thing I'm looking at is
So
the ultra mark should be 50% of the height of your 195. Okay, now you guys gotta get closer, my students, because. Okay, so I can adjust that up. By adjusting the tube lens, I can usually get more signal on my. See, I'm adjusting the ratios. Okay. So that's actually more what I'm used to seeing.
So you bring down basically the caffeine.
Right, and the tube lens affects this shape. Okay, the tube lens is the only mass biased optic on the front end. Okay, everything else is mass independent, pretty flat. The tube lens totally is mass biased. Okay. So I can go back to my, and actually we can even let's bring this up to 275. My hope is if I raise my temperature, I can get rid of a bit of the 2 plus and make more singly charged MRFA.
Is that what that is? I didn't even think that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you
The MRFA's the one, or 524.
524. So if we ultra zoom scan, okay. Yeah, the 263. We could use the FT, which is probably what I should be using, but I kind of get in the habit of.
Pay all that money for that.
So there's a nice doubly charged. Okay, 2 peaks per M over Z, right? Cool. Okay, so. Okay, so I'm going to go into tune. I'm just going to hit stop and start, just so I can reset my graphs.
So you basically brought the tune or the tube lens down,
Up.
brought it up.
And that takes the high masses better transmission. Okay.
So tube lens is near the skimmer.
Right, so it goes, if we look at the picture, you've got the ion transfer tube, okay, which if we look by voltages, we call the capillary voltage. And then we've got the tube lens right here, okay. It's this little guy right here, right in front of the skimmer, okay. Then we got the skimmer, which has no voltage, that's always grounded, okay.
So what is the tube lens? Is just to focus?
Is to bend ions into the skimmer. Remember the capillary and the skimmer don't align, so it bends it up in.
Only the ion.
Okay, and the heavier the object, the more voltage it takes to deflect it into the skimmer. Okay, so you didn't, by having a low 65 volts, there wasn't enough voltage to deflect these heavy ultramarks. Okay. Now, then you go into Q00.
That means did it bring up the yellow? It didn't really.
It doesn't change the number of ions in the cell. It just changes the
percent that go in, right? Because
of the ultramark, right? Okay.
So, but that's a lot of peptides around in that area.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to do a tune on peptides that are probably right here. Okay.
What is lead way? The 2 plus on lead. What is 2 plus on lead way?
6, 17.
6, 17.
Yeah.
That's probably a little bit low, huh?
That's not bad. It's much better than angio. Yeah. And I think that's pretty triptych. 12, 1300 is probably where I think 50% of your triptychs come. Okay, now, so we go Q00, Q0, Q1. You're at -5, -6.75, -7.5. So there's my downward slope I'm always looking for.
Which ones? You need to know one.
Q00, which is the little short guy. Q0, which is the medium length. And Q1, which is the long length. Okay? And you've got -5, -6.75, -7.5. So I'm quite happy with those.
I don't see the words zero. So
It's
multiple.
multipole in Q. Q is the short term for a multipole. Okay.
Zero offset 2 and
Right.
what they call it 0, 0.
Q00,
That's where.
Q0, and Q1. Okay.
So those two.
And then you have these intermultiple lenses, the little conductance limits. That's all they are, is to create pressure differentials. Okay, they're little holes.
Pinholes.
Exactly. So you have an intermultiple lens 0 and an intermultiple lens 1. Okay. So there's your 0 and there's your 1. And all I care about that